the painting before as I go over. This is the painting that of Booker's with which I painted, which Freddie Noe and Fred Noe signed. And this was in 2019 that I did it. And there's the bottle that I painted of the bottle of Booker's that Super Nash came across. And this is how we met. Now, as far as my Booker's collection, you can see back there, that's the current stuff. It's spilled out over to here, which is more some of the last year's, and then on to here for the whole collection. So that's what we're looking for as far as Booker's goes. And but I'm going to put that up, and then what I'm going to do for everybody else on Facebook, because YouTube, you all just caught that, and I will get that. We got Nash in there. Yeah, we want it. Nope. Is that pretty good? I'm liking that. Scotchy Bourbon Boys, we're in thing. Now watch. Everybody on Facebook, you tell me if when you can see it, Nash. Can you see the...
Yep.
There's the painting. That's the painting. You can see there's some bottles of Booker's there, but that is signed by Fred and Freddie. And that bottle of Booker's right there is the bottle of Booker's that Super Nash was able to obtain. And that's the first bottle that me and him ever shared live together. So that
absolutely.
Bottle,
it was a 1994 batch that I happened to have a couple of bottles of. I had just started following the Kentucky Bourbon Festival when Jeff was up there and got that painting signed. And I just happened to click on the close-up of that painting and then messaged Jeff out of the blue, not knowing who he was, and said, "Hey, man, I just happened to find a couple of old bottles that are very similar to the serial numbers on that bottle." And we got to talking, and the rest is history.
That looks pretty good, doesn't it? As far as the centering, or am I off center just a little?
I'm back on the table now.
No, me. But is the centering of those two things?
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty well centered?
Yep.
All right. And you can see the screen. As long as
you can see the screen.
All right. So there we are there. I'll get the YouTube sharing. I got to get over it, so I'm in it too.
Hey, Walker, if you get a chance, we can't find the tasting breakdown notes for the Booker's 2025-01 and 2025-02, and was wondering if you had a chance to give us do a little research on the back podcast to where we might pull them up. Thanks, Greg. We try.
Welcome everybody to the Scotchy Bourbon Boys
team anyway.
Podcast.
Entertaining and informative.
And comments, so let us know what you're sipping.
Just to get the word of the bourbon and whiskey out to people across the world. Yeah, Walker said he'll do that, and he can type them, so that way I can read them off the comments.
Yeah, it would probably be easier, Walker, to do it. It would be easier to do it on the audio if you could go to the audio. The audio, you could see the names and everything, and then you can fast forward through it to get to that point fairly easy. So that would be something to check. Anyways, all right.
Right.
What was that? Get rid of that.
Yeah, we got a few minutes there, Walker.
Yeah, we got. I mean, just yeah. It may take a few minutes. That's for sure. So, anyways, before we get going, Super Nash, why don't you tell everybody about the Spirit of French Lick, our sponsor, and what they've got going and where people should go.
Spirit of French Lick is one of our sponsors, and they have a distillery and a winery there. This is one of them that Jeff is showing you is the William Dalton. They have the Matty Gladden and the William Scott and the Lee Sinclair 4-grain, and a lot of good spirits that our friend Alan Bishop had distilled during his tenure there. But they're in French Lick, Indiana, and you can go check them out. Go to the distillery, probably take a little tour, and also do a lot of tasting of the products that they have in the gift shop there.
Yep, check it out. And then also Whiskey Thief Distilling Company in Frankfurt, and now their new Louisville Nulu tasting room. Live music at both places, fantastic, and it's a barrel pick every day, all day, every day. And you gotta check them out. The staff is the number one staff. The people that Walter Zausch, the owner and CEO, hires are amazing. The distilling team of Lisa Roper Wicker, Kelly Tennille, and Benjamin Eves is amazing. They're making great whiskeys and bourbons, but for the price of admission, you go there, you get to taste from 5 different barrels. They're thieved right into your glasses. And then if you like one, you could pick it and you could bottle as many bottles of your own. So check out
They're in a 350 or 750 milliliter, right?
Right, 375 or 750. So make sure you check out Whiskey Thief Distilling Company in Frankfort, Kentucky, and also their newest location in Louisville in the Nulu section. Last but not least tonight, as far as our other sponsor, we're talking about Middle West Spirits. It's on the shelf. It's like they are on the shelf in 48 states. Their new 72,000 square foot distillery is pumping out whiskey as we speak, but they still have their tasting room and their craft distillery open along with their service bar restaurant. But their Miquelon brands, and then also their finished, their Middle West Spirits finished whiskeys are fantastic. But if you're out at your liquor store and you see one of these cask strengths, they are spectacular. There's a pumpernickel rye, there's a wheat whiskey cask strength, and then there's their 4-grain wheated bourbon. All fantastic. It's available on your shelves, and you don't want to miss out on this. This is some damn good bourbons,
Absolutely.
whiskeys, and ryes. All right, so there we go. Also, don't forget about Alan Bishop. Alan Bishop, the former distiller at the Spirits of French Lick, where you can still get his whiskey. Now the distiller at Old Homestead, but also Alan Bishop, in his newly pumped up bike riding body, is producing some very, very good content. One is If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything podcast. You got to check it out. It combines the best of the spirits world and the spirits industry. The stories are amazing. The people telling the stories come from all over the spirits industry, and all the ghost stories and everything that happens around in the industry. If you have ghosts, you have everything. And then also the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute, as you know, you would agree, Super Nash, fantastic for home distillers or commercial distillers, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Especially if you're into home distilling, he comes on there and he'll answer questions live on the air and try to help you if you're having any kind of problem, or even down to trying to figure out a recipe or something like that you want to distill. He is there for you, and he is a wealth of knowledge. And he also he studies a lot and has a lot of book knowledge too, and some historical books where he pulls a lot of stuff from too. So anytime you have any kind of question about home distilling, go check out Alan Bishop's One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute podcast, and he'll help you with all things. And he also has books, published books that he has that go along with that. You can check out. I believe he has a website store that you can go check all that stuff out too.
Yeah, astrology. I mean, astronomy, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Astrology.
Yeah.
I think it's both similar. But anyways, that brings us to that we are going to get this baby rolling and starting. So,
Absolutely.
what you'll hear, there's going to be a brief quiet time, and then we'll get right into this. So here we go.
Drinking bourbon, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild, but it sure is fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. And we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
All right. Welcome back to another podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Tiny here tonight with Super Nash. Yeah, Super Nash is in the house, and we are doing Bookers.
Bourbon.
Bookers, and Bookers. Anybody who was on the live before, when you watch on the live, you get some bonus. And Super Nash and I, just now, as we were going and we were prepping, I was able to show all the people on YouTube and on Facebook the painting that started it all. And we'll get a little bit more into that. So how the hell are you tonight, Super Nash?
Super. That's awesome.
Super. Boom. I'm psyched for this. I really am, because Scotch.
Yeah.
It's your thing.
That's right.
It's your thing. There's so much that's happened, you know what I mean? But just remember, everybody out there, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys. There's the Glencairns. There are the t-shirts, and soon, I swear to God, people, there's going to be a bunch of bourbon balls available this year. Me and Roxy are just getting into it. We've got some time, and we are going to produce for the holidays. So everybody know you might not have to be dipping bourbon balls this year at the Christmas party.
All right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
So
I always enjoyed it because I got to taste a few of them.
Yeah, well, it's fun, and we should have some to be tasted instead of hoarding them like we always do. But also remember, we are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and now TikTok. So we are on 5 of those formats, along with iHeart, Spotify, and Apple. That's where you can listen to us, and you can listen to us pretty much almost anywhere on any podcast format. It's all you have to do is ask Alexa, play the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Siri, same thing. Everything, that's how it works. But no matter whether you listen to us or you watch us, make sure that whatever medium that you're following and listening to, that you leave good feedback for us. Leave us a good rating. Give us some 5 stars. Make sure that you subscribe, but also become a member. There's different places to become members all over the place. There is special content. We aren't getting... when we get enough members, then you all will start to get some special content, because most of my content just goes straight out, because we don't have a lot of the membership type stuff. But it would be great if y'all, that's a good way to support us, for us to go about our business and get the whiskeys, bourbons, and bring all the experiences to you. So there you go.
Absolutely.
I'm pumped up tonight, super pumped up for this. Listen,
Me
we've
too.
got a guy, William McCollum. He said he found Eagle Rare in Georgia for $50, and then he was said in Texas you normally pay $150. Well, here in Ohio you pay $39.99, so it's $40. So it's different everywhere. And then also we've got Jason typing Jason, he's saying that he's given up drinking, but seeing this podcast, he might rethink about maybe having some. So, anyways, all right. Anyways, that brings us to how was your week so far?
Oh man, it's been going great. Still got the old heart monitor on here. No alarms been going off, so I've been fortunate about that, and things seem to be going pretty good with that. Work-wise, been busy trying to get things done for the holidays, and they'll soon be here upon us. We got Halloween coming up. To mention that we always do our annual Halloween podcast, and I got a costume this year. Everybody's just going to have to tune in to see what it is.
I was thinking of
No, I'm not dressing up like Tiny.
Well, I was thinking of going and getting my bike and then doing like those protesters did in Portland. I just come,
Oh, yeah?
and then I'll just be playing the Queen song. What is it? Bicycle, and then finish up with Fat Bottom Girls. Anyways, with that said, there's a little bit of bizarre humor.
Yeah. Some people get it.
Yeah,
but this year's Halloween.
I mean, this is going to be our 5th Halloween podcast.
I know it,
and I'm running out of costumes.
Well, last year, I guess a lot of people don't know, but those that did tune in last year, I dressed up as one of the Incredibles. I was Super Nash.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yeah, and I think I milked the crap out of that 80s costume.
Yeah, you did.
And I mean, the one year I was the pirate. The one year I was I had the Pirates of I was Howard Stern kind of ish. And then the one year I was Stone Cold. I thought I pulled that off. Who knows about this year? Got to think about that. I should start thinking about it. We also carve our pumpkins, Yeah, it is. It's getting close. But also I will tell you that this Thursday we've got a special podcast. It'll be, I don't know, do you think you're going to be able to make that Garrison Brothers podcast there, Super Nash?
I'm going to try. I talked with Randy earlier, and we discussed it, and I'm going to try.
So we will have the whiskey doctor from Whiskey Without Borders.
If I can't make the Zoom, I will tune in on my phone and be comment
and share it.
Yep, and share it.
Okay, absolutely. and then we have Dan Garrison of the Garrison Brothers Distillery in Texas. That's what HYE. Hi, Texas. Coming on to join us. Been looking forward to this. Tried to set it up a time before, and we ended up miscommunicating. So we should have the communications down. It's been verified. Randy was talking about questions. I let him send in the questions, and then I will.
Yeah.
I got to email him the link. I texted him in earlier, but I will email it to his email. But that's this Thursday. Now.
So what are we doing tonight?
The classic of what we do. I mean, this honestly, this is Booker's. We do this all the time. We talk about it. We'll go quick, but Booker's is the reason for one of the main reasons I got into this, and then one of the main reasons we met. So we started our whiskey group in August of 2018, but it was only after going, and I was able to get, that was the first ever bottle I hunted was Booker's Kitchen Table. I saw it on my shelf. I didn't pull the trigger. And when I went back to buy it, it was gone. And I had no idea that Booker's was a batch thing, right?
Yeah.
So based off of not knowing it was batch thing, I started looking for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked for it through March and April, but in May, I went back to Wisconsin and I was able to find it there. Now, my first ever kitchen table bottle was not in the Booker's thing. It was $79.99 and it was out of the box. I don't know how that's possible. I have no idea how that works, but I was able to pick up a bottle of kitchen table, and that was my first ever Booker's. I read about Booker's. I thought it was the coolest thing. So in 2018, that's when we were doing the whiskey calendar. We read about, me and Young Nose read about how the Kentucky Bourbon Festival was a thing. So from September of 2019 till 18 to September of 2019, I saved every single cent possible. I went on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, completed it, but also we went to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, which unbeknownst to me, so did you. And it was a lot different than it is now, but I had already searched out the Bookers. So I was so excited about Bookers and reading about Booker Noe and uncut and unfiltered, and that this is the only barrel strength that when you drink that bourbon, it's what those distillers and what everybody who's tasting right out of the barrels tasting. It was the closest thing. There wasn't a lot of other stuff like that. There was Wild Turkey Rare Breed, which was barrel strength, but it wasn't like uncut, unfiltered. That was more of a batch. This one was just barrels dumped. They weren't being cold filtered. So you could get, and I learned all about how whiskey this way, if Bookers would get cold, you could get cloudy because some of the fatty acids that aren't taken out during the cold filtering process are still in it. I learned so much about it. So I did this painting because at the time I was still close to my my fine arts part of my life where I was painting a lot of fine art. And I did the painting. Jim Beam Black was being sold at the time, and Mila Kunis was their Jim Beam spokesperson back then. And I can't believe I'm saying back then. So I did the painting, and I was able, through the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, to contact them through the Jim Beam dinner to set up a time to meet Fred and Freddie and have them sign the painting. So that was the start of me meeting Sandy Noe, Freddie, and Fred, and the friendship that ensued. But the bottle I used was was taken offline as a sample. I put it in there, and I painted the bottle in, and you saw it. So go from there with that story.
So I didn't actually. Started following when I got back home. I started following on Facebook the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Well, as I'm flipping through some of the pictures that were uploaded, I come across this post that Jeff had made, and it's all the pictures that were taken of him up there, and he had a tuxedo on and everything, getting his painting signed by Fred and Freddie Noe. They were actually signing the painting. And so then he had a picture of just the painting. So I clicked on that painting, and I was just looking at it real close, and I got to looking at that bottle in the middle. And you know the numbers on that bottle that's in your painting?
Yes.
The serial number? What does it say?
It's I can actually go right there and tell you.
Yeah.
It is COA-1-1. I want to say 8.
It's 1A.
1A, yeah.
Yeah. So
CO4-1-1A.
Okay. So after I saw, I zoomed in on that bottle and those serial numbers. Well, it just so happens that I was already starting to collect Booker's bourbon, started in about 2018, and my first batch was the I can't remember the name of it, but it was the 2018-01. And then at the same time, I was exclusively bourbon hunting in all these old liquor stores and all across the states. And I just happened to be in Atlanta a couple of weeks before that. And I found two 1994 batches that the serial numbers were just a couple of numbers off from the ones in the painting. So just after seeing that Zoom painting, I just messaged Jeff out of the blue. And was like, hey man, I just happened to find two old bottles that are very close to the numbers in your painting. And we just started talking on Facebook, messaging back and forth. And that was the start of our friendship and brotherhood, because we just found out we had so much in common and stuff, and that we're like brothers from another mother. And
and then you had contacted me. Then the Foolproof 1793 Foolproof came up, and you sent up a couple of Knob Creek barrel picks, and then you made that year's Christmas party. The first Christmas party was November. It was December of 2019.
That was in September when we started messaging, and then by December, I'd already decided, hey, I want to come up and meet you and all.
So it was, I believe it was like the 12th, like this year, and we invited you up. You came up. You had a place. You and Sherry came up actually, and we did a podcast. And you brought up the actual bottle that was in the painting, and we were able to drop that cork into the bottle right in the middle of the podcast. We had to have a little delay, but we got through. We don't edit. Anybody who knows us, there's no editing. We are raw, live. We don't go through, and we're not. If you're here other than for a good time and to know and to know what we think about bourbon in a way that we don't necessarily think you have to think that way, then that's what this is about. And so that started it all. And I've got two other bottles. I've got one that I have not opened yet. The one that you gave me a couple years ago for Christmas, that's still sitting there. That is a bottle. And then I got a little bit left of the other bottle, I believe. No, it's up there. And then I've got that original bottle. But Booker's has been the thing. And so ever since this podcast started, so in 2020 is when we started doing Booker podcasts with the new releases. But
I sent you up a couple of older batches too.
Yeah, right? I have one. Yes.
Yeah. And if anybody can look right up there above my finger.
Yep.
Just there.
Yeah.
I have accumulated all the batches, the name batches that started in 2013, all the way up until this year. I have every batch sitting up there on that shelf. And also I have a couple of older bottles from like 92 and 94 batches that are like the CO 7-1A type serial number Booker's batches. And you can find a whole list of those if you go to the Jim Beam website or Google Booker's batches numbers, and they'll tell you every serial number, every name, and the year that it came out, and the what it was made up of. And so was an incredible year that year. Like I say, coming together and meeting you for the first time and becoming part of the podcast.
Yeah. All right. It's funny because Walker, we were trying to get our rating system. He's giving us notes from off of Booker's by the Pond. We're just what we
Yeah.
rated it on the podcast. That's all we were looking for, Walker.
Yeah, we were trying to find
Other
the notes,
ratings
like,
to tell everybody. We'll
yeah,
have
our rating.
I will figure it out for the Bookers of the year. But that's one thing we do. We get each Booker's batch, and so far this is the fourth. We had the reserves. We had the first batch, which was what's that one?
It is
Barry's Barry's batch.
Yeah, Barry's batch.
Then the second one was on the pond, and now we're at Jerry's batch, and plus the 2025
Barry's
reserves.
batch on him, and Jerry's batch.
So we've got the 4 out, and the reserves is a little bit different. Last year it wasn't, but this year it is. This year it's finished in a tequila barrel, and that was very, very unique. The first ever
Very
finished
unique, yeah.
Booker. So that's really cool. But this is
And
Jerry's.
actually rated when we rated it and tasted it here a few weeks back, it rated a 17.5 out of 18.
Right. I want to say hi to Eric the Great on YouTube. He is drinking Bailey's and coffee. And then William McCullum says that that he feels the Garrison, he's out of Texas. So he feels Garrison Brothers is a good distillery in Texas. And then so that brings us to our bi-weekly rating system, sponsored by our Barrel Bottle Breakdown, sponsored by the Old Louisville Whiskey Company. You want to talk about the Old Louisville Whiskey Company real quick?
All right. I was going to give the rating. I'll let you talk about.
Okay.
Old Louisville Whiskey Company is located in downtown Louisville.
Soon to move to
Amin Carr is the owner of that and the proprietor. And also he is the master taster and blender. And when you go there, you're definitely going to get a great experience. He'll thieve from barrels. He also has some that's already bottled that he's done all the way up to 18 years old, I do believe. And he does not bottle anything less than 7 years old out of his blends. And he gets barrels from several different places. And like I say, then he ages it further, or I don't think he's secondary has aged any.
in French oak.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a lot of his stuff goes into other barrels. He does have
Yeah.
those. Remember the one that CT decided he wanted to dump out?
Yep. Yeah, and he's not allowed to go back there.
No, he's not allowed to do that anymore. Okay, so our Old Louisville rating system is
we rated on 4 different categories: the nose, the body, the taste, and the finish. On the nose and the body, you're allowed to give it up to 4 barrel knocks. And on the taste and the finish, you're allowed to give it up to 5 barrel knocks. But if one of the categories is exceptional, you can actually add a ba-dum-bum.
a ba-da-ba
So it could possibly reach a score of 19
out of 18. But
Yep.
this is the Old Louisville Whiskey Company's Barrel Bottle Breakdown. So, and this
Or Booker's 2025-03 Gary's batch.
There it is. It's sitting right there. A lot of times I open it. One of the awesome things about what Booker's is it comes in this beautiful box. It's got now it's got this one has Booker's on both sides. It's got a picture of Booker's, plus it's got the thing. This can be used to smoke old fashions. You basically put your old fashioned glass in there, get some smoke in there, pump some smoke in there, and then put the glass in, drop down the thing. It's been used as a drink smoker, but also it's just a fantastic box to store it in. But the thing I love about this Booker's is you've always got the label for the batch. You've got the handwritten note by Fred, and some of them were written by Booker's and whatnot. But you also then have this beautiful black wax over the top of the Jim Beam B underneath there. and with a little ribbon popping out. It's a spectacular presentation of a spectacular bourbon. I've always said
I wanted to point out one thing. You see that label? It came out this month, I believe, in October, and it's got that dark orange label, which is fitting for Halloween.
Yep, and each one has like a line drawing artwork of Jerry's batch, and then it has a story behind it. But each batch of Booker's is different, and they try and keep the Booker's. They are anywhere between 6, 7, and some are a little bit older. This one is, I want to say 7 years and 8 months. Is it 8 months on that baby? 7 years.
7 years, 4 months, and 21 days.
So yeah, so it's almost 7.5 years old.
It's 124.7 proof.
Right, and so the third release of the Booker's Bourbon 2025 collection is Booker's. I should for this I should do a quick share.
A screen share.
So let's see. We'll come over here, see if I can do it. Share. There it is. Applications window Safari. There we go. Share. There it is. Is that up there? Can you see that, Nash?
Yep.
All right. Jerry's batch. This batch is named after Jerry Dalton, the only master distiller we've ever had at Beam who isn't part of my family. But while he isn't Beam by blood, he might as well be. Jerry made one hell of an impact on our distilling process and on me, and for that I'll always be grateful. So there's the label inspiration. Fred Noe, Beam 7th generation master distiller. He basically has more of a scientific approach to a picture there. 7 years, 4 months. We already went through that. My dad, Booker Noe, and I first met Jerry when he moved into the house behind ours after he took a job at a local distillery as a chemist. Over the years, he and Dad became close friends, and Jerry eventually came to work with us at Beam, helping us deepen our understanding of distilling. Jerry cared so deeply about our business and our bourbon that when Dad retired, he stepped up as master distiller for a few years. I wasn't quite ready for the job yet, but during that time, Jerry made it his job to see that I'd be following in Dad's footsteps soon enough. Most of what I know about the science of our craft, I owe to Jerry. He used to write up these tests. He used to write up these tests for me every few weeks to review the chemistry I'd been learning. He'd grade them by hand and go over the answers with me to make sure I understood everything. And more importantly, to make sure I was ready to keep making the best bourbon out there. For years, I just assumed Jerry was already part of the Bourbon Hall of Fame, but he's only got inducted last summer. He's a real humble guy who never liked making too much of a fuss, but he's damn worth celebrating. Beam wouldn't be what it is without him, and I couldn't be prouder to honor him with this batch. Fred Noe, Beam 7th generation. All right. Here's the master distiller's notes. As we look through our barrel inventories during some abnormally hot days in late June, it's a good reminder of how the weather here in Kentucky influences our bourbon maturation. The interaction of these various batches from their specific storage locations proves the old axiom true that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. With this blend of batches and its locations emerge an offering with great balance and depth of character. Jerry's batch brings together the microclimate conditions that these warehouse experiences. For anyone that has spent any time at the Claremont plant and surrounding area and working with our products, it's understood that each warehouse brings its own nuance to the barrels stored within and can influence the maturation process significantly. This product delivers all the notes you would expect of a Booker's offering. Big, bold flavors of vanilla, caramel, and oak on a full-bodied palate with subtle background notes of butterscotch and apple. All this makes Jerry's Batch such an easy sipping whiskey that all you'll need is a comfortable spot in the shade to enjoy it. He's made
If you'll scroll that up, I'll read this part.
Yep, there you go. Read it.
All right. Booker's Jerry's Batch is made up of barrels from 7 different production dates that were aged in 9 different warehouses. The age of this batch is 7 years, 4 months, and 21 days. The proof of this batch is 124.7. The breakdown is as follows. 11.1% came from the 4th floor of 7-story warehouse 3. 11.1% came from the fourth floor of the 7-story warehouse 1. 11.1% came from the fourth floor 7-story warehouse X. 11.1% came from the 4th floor of the 7-story warehouse Z. 11.1% came from the 5th floor of 7-story warehouse K, and 11.1% came from the 3rd floor of the 7-story warehouse L. 11.1% came from the 3rd floor of 7-story warehouse O, and 11.1% came from the 5th floor of 7-story warehouse 4, and last 11.1% came from the 4th floor of 7-story warehouse G.
There you go. All right, stop sharing. There you are, back up there. So there you go. You got your information on Booker's. Let's
pull this bad boy up.
Yeah, let's get it going. So it's a pretty fun batch.
Yes. Extensive amount of bottles and percentage that went into each of these batches. So this is pretty unique.
The vanilla on, so I get like a vanilla graham cracker. I even pulled out a little bit of butterscotch as I pulled my nose away.
That's what I was fixing to say. I get that little bit of butterscotch and almost that little bit of peanut.
Now,
which is always, except for the one batch that we did, here just, I think it was either batch 1 or 2 that didn't quite have that similar, Booker's note of the peanut.
Well, I think the ethanol on this nose is pretty high.
Yeah.
And this the proof of this was again 120 what?
124.7.
All right. Did I put that one? Oh. I think I poured it in the wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pour more. Can't mix it.
That out later because that will definitely influence.
It's probably why I was getting a little bit because there was some other bourbon in that. That's not fair. Almost messed that up.
Yeah, you were already trying to score a blend in there. Once that ethanol is starting to dissipate a little bit.
Yes, it is.
And you can really, really pick up that
some of the yep.
That vanilla and butterscotch. Oh, it's real buttery.
All right, here we go.
Mm.
I'm gonna go.
Oh my God.
It's the sweetest Booker's to date.
Sweet caramel, and I'm getting green apple. It's
I
almost
get
like a caramel apple.
On the front, I get that vanilla cake frosting. Then mid palate, I get caramel Wow, that finish is so caramely.
And that tart, I'm telling you, there's a tartness of an apple in there.
I get it. On the sides of your tongue.
On that first sip, I got it right on the tip and then hit the sides. More caramels coming through on the and a little bit of vanilla on that second taste.
And it has an outlying aspect of oak. Let's see what it does in the glass as far as that body. Here we go. Oh,
Look at that color. I poured a pretty hefty pour on that too.
oh man,
A little heavy,
those legs are long. They don't
It's
just form
thick.
on the side; they go up.
Look
and
how
then
thick it is, and I mean, it's just
wow.
still. You can see each one of those legs just thick and strong. A little bit of brown sugar coming through on the aftertaste.
It's funny. The more you drink something, as your taste buds get hit, then the flavors change.
As they acclimate to it,
There's no bitterness on the finish at all.
it's sweet.
Usually you'll pick a little bit of that saddle leather, or you'll pick up a little
leather.
but
Just a little bit of leathery, but it's sweet and it's not dry.
it's more buttery.
Yeah. I think that's got to do with the viscosity of it. It's so thick from all the sugars in it.
It's weird though.
You know, you get that ethanol on the nose.
I'm getting it slightly on the cheeks,
yeah.
but this isn't the it's so big and huge on the palate and the roof of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And then that caramel. That is just like weird, because normally a Booker's would have that 4 body, and if it's a 4, it's barely a 4. Normally it's almost a 5 if you could give it a 5. You know what I mean? But what was that? What the heck?
A gnat. Yeah, we're still getting a few gnats in here down here in South Carolina.
You guys, how did you get hit on that weather? On that nor'easter? Did you get rain?
No, we didn't even get no rain. We got some wind. We got a lot of wind up of it, but no rain whatsoever. Not up here in Anderson.
Okay.
Now the coast, yeah, they got flooded all along the beaches, Charleston and all that. Yeah, they got flooded down there. They got hammered.
Well, I got to try not to get hammered. I got to work tomorrow. No, we just have every single day. I don't know what it is. I swear to God, I'm living in California, because it's only, I think, over the last 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think over the last 12 weeks, which is basically 3 months, we've only had 3 days of rain, of cloudiness. Otherwise, it's just pure sunshine for the last, with just 3 days of clouds. And then it just went right back to it again. Now, every day you wake up, it's in the 40s and the 50s, but it's sunny, it gets up to 70, My wife has covered the air conditioner, so there's no air conditioning.
Oh gosh, we're still running our airs.
Yeah, you're in South Carolina.
81, 82 degrees.
We got 70 today, but the house heated up to 75. And I'm telling you, anything over 72, I turn into a sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
It's like I was on her. I'm like, it's just like 68 degrees outside. Like, open up some doors or something. I'm just dying.
Yeah, I think like Friday and Saturday, it didn't get up to about like 68 degrees. And so I actually made the mistake of cutting our air up from 68 to 70. And Sherry woke up. I'm hot. I'm sweating. You're hot. You're burning up. Cut what? Well, I cut their. Cut it back down.
we it has to be 72 or less. And I said it's 75, and Roxy's like, it isn't 75. It is not. I'm cold. I'm like, you're nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's the same way.
All right. Anyways, let's get back to this.
Yes, let's get back to it.
All right.
All right. What are you giving it on the nose?
Now that it's been there, the caramelness, as far as the Booker's nose, a lot of times it's one dimensional. This is complex. Vanilla, caramel, a little ethanol, a little bit of wood, some wood char, and then or wood grain, and then a little bit of peanut. So in the complexity,
I'm getting still a little bit of slight peanut in there.
Yeah, I'm going to give the nose a 4 out of 4.
I'd have to agree. This is a very good nose. And like I say, it's not overwhelming in any one category. It's just all blending across there. And you can, each time you nose it, you pick up something different. And the ethanol, it's still, it's the alcohol is not there to overwhelm it. So I'm going to give it a 4 too.
Wow. I just think I saw a gnat, but I didn't. Maybe it's in the bottles.
It probably flew in front of the camera. You just saw the one that was flying around here. But I took care of him.
All right. So what do you
that bottle of Booker's and I got him.
What are you giving this body?
This body's really good. It's really thick in the glass. And the flavors just hit all the sides of the tongue, the mouth, the roof, the tip. And it's just staying there. I'm going to have to give it a 4 with a bump because this is one of the best bodies that I think I've tasted on a Booker's.
But up.
That's exceptional.
We're disagreeing somewhat.
Okay.
It's what it is.
Do that. I know you were talking a little bit weak about the body a few minutes ago. I think it's great.
Well, since you gave it the butt up. By the way, butt up. I was slow on that one.
Wouldn't be the first time.
All right. I was going to give it.
Butt up.
It was a 3 7/8, but there was no whatevers. But since you gave it a butt up, I will give it a 4.
Okay.
It just didn't light my cheeks up like I want, but it lights up the rest of everything. The hug's fantastic. So now we go to the taste, which is
well. That's on me. Like I say, it's hitting the sides of my tongue, and they're still tingling a little bit.
Yeah, the tongue. It just didn't get to my cheeks. It barely got to my cheeks. It did. It did get to the cheeks.
You didn't take it a big enough sip, is what it was. All right.
Taste. Now I will tell you, because of the body not being so big, you can play with the taste way more without that barrel strength ethanol. And the fact that this was just coming out of those barrels and they came up with this flavor. Like I said, I get a vanilla frosting, like not like a birthday cake vanilla frosting.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes to a caramel. I pick up a little bit of the peanut right at the back, which reminds me of like a caramel pecan roll. And then it's the
Cinnabon,
only
caramel,
it's the only
caramel cinnamon roll with pecans on it.
Yeah, or peanuts, but it's almost
Peanuts, yeah.
a nutty flavor.
Yeah.
So what's amazing to me as far as the taste, and I guess that's what it is, the taste of this one rocks even last night, because I opened it up because I wanted it to air out a little bit, and I tasted it, I believe, on Monday or Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then also I'll tell you a story. Roxy picked it up for me on last Friday, right? She went to the grocery store, said she was going to pick it up. She asked for this batch, and she comes home, and I come home, and the bag's on the table. I open up the bag, and I look in, and the label's blue. I'm like, what the heck? I thought it was orange. It's Jerry's batch. And I look, and it's on the pond. So I have to call my guy up, tell him. He says, yeah, bring it in. He goes, I didn't realize that there was still on the pond left. So I was able to pick up on the pond, and then I switch it out and bring it back. So Sunday night, I just opened it and had a little bit of a taste, whatever. I've been, it's crazy, Nash, super Nash. It's kind of like I've had this thing, which I don't think I've never had anything like it, but I've had a scratch. So it initially was a scratchy throat with a minor every once in a while cough. When you saw us in Bourbon on the Banks, you'd notice that there was just a little bit of just a little bit, right? But you didn't feel bad or anything. So then when we came back, the cough went away, but there's this minor sore throat that happens, and it's never gone away. So I've never had anything where I've had a sore throat or a it's not a glass, whatever, sore throat for over 2 weeks. And I'm just like, when's this going away? So I've been trying to burn it off with barrel strength bourbon. Just burn that off. And it's working tonight. I have to admit, it's working tonight. It's one thing to burn it off with just a pour before you go to bed, right? It's another thing to burn it off with having some fun, and that's what we're doing tonight. So I will tell you this. I'm going to catch up to you because you can only do one. I'm going to give this, I think, single-handedly Jerry's batch, and it's going to be hard I'm going to have to back this up, but I've never tasted a Booker's with this amount of vanilla and caramel. It's always a hint with that peanut, with that big, bold taste, but the sweetness, it takes center stage. The barrel strength takes backstage, but it's 124 proof. You got to admit, right? So I'm going to throw this down. Since I've tasted all the batches that were named currently, and I think you took us back to two. We've done one when Xavier was here, where you gave us stuff from 2017. We had 2007, 18, 19, and 20, whatever. But I'm going to tell you that I think this is the best tasting batch named Booker's I've had. And people always complain, but this is not a complaint thing. This is sweet and everything. And I'm going to give it a 5 with a butt up.
Wow. Well, I already wrote it down here. I'm giving it a 5 because this flavor is just, it's so good.
Are you going to break the rules?
No, I'm not going to break the rule.
You
I'll give it a
can.
5.
I give you
I
permission.
gave it a 5. I gave it a 5.
All right.
Because, like I said, I thought the body was exceptional to me, and the taste it just stands right up there too. All these flavors, and it's like the ethanol. When it goes across your palate, it's like the ethanol is not there. It's just a little tingly from it, but you can pick up. I get like the vanilla glaze, like off a glazed donut.
Yeah. I
And
get
then
the
I get
frosting.
that little bit of donut batter, and then it quickly goes into the caramel, and then I'm getting that apple, and then I get a little bit of that peanut comes through on the aftertaste. It's wonderful. And
The caramel, for me, it's more. It's a caramel apple. It's a caramel apple. I'll give you that little bit.
It's more caramel.
I'll give you that apple. I'll give that apple flavor that's there, but it's like the caramel is. It's like a caramel apple with so much caramel that every bite, not just like a few bites, has that massive amounts of caramel to go with it.
Yeah, it's a thick caramel.
Yeah, it's good.
And like I say, just that slight little bit of tartness of the apple.
All right, so we're on to finish. We're tied.
Yes, we are. Yep, so far, actually, no, you're at 14 and 14. Yep. And the finish. This is where I think it's lacking just a little bit on the finish, in the respect that it's like a medium hug. I would expect a little bit bigger hug from it, but the flavors are coming through on the finish. I'm still keep tasting the flavors after you've taken a sip.
The caramel.
Yeah, and that caramel there, that sweetness, that vanilla glaze, it's all there as it just keeps. And yet I am getting that little bit a hug. I think I want a little bit more bigger hug from it than what it's given, but the flavors are finishing there and staying there. That I think I'm going to have to give it a. I almost want to give it a 5. But I'm not quite sure that it's quite a 5.
Should I go first?
Nope.
I'll go first. First.
I'm going to give it a 5 because like I say, all the flavors are in the finish. The sweetness, that little bit of oakiness, or actually it's not oaky, a little bit of char and a little bit of a leather, but the caramel and that tartness goes all the way through that little bit of apple that I'm tasting and that peanut. It's all there in the finish. So I'm giving it a 5.
So Super Nash gives it a 19 out of 19. I think that the finish is weak, and I'm going to give it a 2. No, seriously. This is going to be Scotchy Bourbon Boys first. I think there's only one other time, but that was I gave it by myself. That this is the first ever Scotchy Bourbon Boys podcast with 2 Scotchy Bourbon Boys doing the review, where there's a chance for the perfect bourbon.
Wow.
And so I think
this would be it.
So it's our first ever perfect. It would be our first ever perfect Bookers,
yeah.
Start to finish, it's phenomenal.
I
I will tell you, that there's no Bookers that ever had the sweetness of this finish. This finish picks up vanilla and caramel. And then as it goes, okay, I will admit, but I've never considered the hug part of anything, how the hug goes. But what this hug does, if there's anything this hug does, it doesn't seem to like at going down affect you, but there's a warmth in you, a warmth at the back of your throat. Yeah, that warmth that's staying forever. It doesn't like it's separate from each individual sip, but it's a part of the whole overall experience. Like I feel like I'm going to still have this warmth when I go upstairs and in an hour. But the sweetness is insane for this batch. And Fred, you on this batch, you've done Booker
knocked it out
proud. I think you pretty much have had a batch. All the batches that before this, you were always keeping up the essence of Bookers, but this batch here has set itself aside and taken Bookers to where it still is Bookers. It's not like the some of the other stuff, whatever. It's Bookers. There's no doubt, but it's so sweet. It's so delicious. And, as far as a finish, this is what I want. I don't want, when I get a long leathery finish or a long tobacco finish, that's not what I'm looking for. A lot of those older bourbons or a long wood tannin finish, they have those. They have those finish. But this does not have that type of a finish. This is sweet and delicious. And
so are you going to raise your 2 to a 5?
I am going to give this a 5. To make history. Now that puts a lot of pressure on us, Super Dash. Which one of us is gonna pick this for our entry for Bourbon of the Year? I'll work this. I mean, it's a 19. We both gave it 19 of 18. It's right up there for Bourbon of the Year. There's a couple other ones that I would pick to that I've tasted that could go up there. But when you're talking about this proof, it's their distillate. This is Beam's distillate. This is not a non-distilling producer who's buying from someplace, putting stuff together. Mark Carter does a fantastic job with that. But this is their distillate that they're pulling from their place. And when you read about this batch, and Jerry's batch, I mean, you are talking about the man who taught Fred Noe who Booker was the master distiller, and Fred taught him the chemistry. 130 in Wisconsin. I don't know what I tasted, what I paid, but I probably could pick you that up in Mr. Pitzer. I could pick that up for you here for cheaper. I'll look what I want to say it was 99 here. But you there, Nash?
Yeah, I was just reading. So it actually came from 9 different.
And it was, and each place was equal, 11.1. So
yeah,
so that comes out to 99. No, it came from 10 different ones. No, 9. 99.
Yeah, it says on there. 99.9%. 99.99%.
So where did that last 0.1% somewhere there was a point. There's in two of them there was 99. That the 11.15.
1% from each of the
There was a 0.5% in two of them, or maybe 0.25%, or maybe 12.5% from 8 of them, or 6.25% from 12 of them. Oh, there's only 11. Anyways, so there we go. That is the Old Louisville Whiskey Company barrel bottle breakdown of Booker's Jerry's batch, where we've set Scotchy Bourbon Boys history.
Yes, we did.
That would be 19 out of 18. The first time that Booker's has ever done that, and the first time that we've had a multiple Scotchy Bourbon Boy rating that's come up with 19.
Now, I do want to give a shout out to my friend Duvall. He is the owner. Ooh, that wasn't good. He's the owner of Liquor Express here in the upstate. This one in particular here in Anderson, but I believe they have about 7 different locations over upstate South Carolina. And I was able to get this bottle today through Duvall. And I shout out to Duvall and cheers, brother. I appreciate you so much. And if you get a chance, anybody that lives in upstate South Carolina, Georgia, and North Carolina, if you're around the area, go by any one of the Liquor Expresses. He does lots of barrel picks from all different places. And also, he has a vast variety of bourbons and whiskeys on the shelf at all times. So if there's something you're looking for, get by one of his stores, Liquor Express.
And then also coming up is the Ohio Craft Distillery whiskey, Ohio Craft Distillery Festival. That is in Dublin, Ohio, and not Dublin. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I think not. Oh, anyways,
I'm gonna get in on you.
Well, why it's completely gone. It's not Dublin, or it starts with a D. Anyways, everybody in Ohio, make sure you get there. We will be there. We will be represented, and come by, say hi.
When is that coming up?
That is the October, I want to say 25th. That Saturday, October 25th. I want that is what I think, and it is in. Oh, I almost had it. I can see the water tower when I get off.
I'll be just a couple of states away.
It's at Hemrick Farms,
Martinsville, Virginia.
Hemrick Farms. So, we really got to get with Lisa Roper Wicker and head up at one point to Mount Vernon this year.
Absolutely.
Mount Vernon is where I want to go. I want to check that out. So we got to do that. And then also, shout out to everybody. Anything else you got?
I believe that's it. I've covered just about everything that I have for tonight.
Oh, I am feeling so good right now.
Me too.
No,
this is great.
I don't have a sore throat at the moment. All right. Anyways,
hey, it's always great when we can get together and go over a batch of Bookers from our good friends Fred and Freddie Noe at James B. Bean Distilling Company in 3 different locations in Kentucky.
Yep. And then also know that we have one more batch for sure. And when we do that batch, then on our December 12th will be our Scotchy Bourbon Boys Christmas party.
Bookers of the year.
But Super Nash comes December 11th. He is bringing Mrs. Super Nash this year. And we will be spending all day Friday doing our holiday podcast, our Bookers of the Year podcast, and then our Christmas
Our whiskey
party.
of the year.
Yep, our whiskey of the year, and then our Christmas
Bookers of
party,
the year, whiskey of the year,
holiday podcast. Yeah, and then we get to go do our Christmas party, and then we will be headed down. Now, I do know that as far as the Maker's Mark experience, they only allow 2 people. So Roxy will be coming down with us, whatever. And you guys will hang out, but then we're going to stay at the Trail Hotel, which I can't wait. That'll be awesome. And then we'll have more fun. We'll be in Kentucky, but also everybody know that our Maker's Mark Private Select is available for pre-sale. So anybody watching, ask about that, and then I can get you into our pre-sale Facebook group, or I can give you the information on YouTube, and we could get you set up because
back with Super Nash. If you want any of those bottles, I can hook you up and get you the information on how to get them.
Yep. So, all right, everybody. Fantastic podcast. Remember, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys.
www.scotchybourbonboys.com
For all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys.
Yeah, all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys, Glen Parents t-shirts, and other swag available. Go check it out.
And then also we are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok, along with Apple, iHeart, and Spotify.
And all the major podcast formats. You can even ask Alexa and Siri to play us, and they'll gladly do that for you, whether you're in your car, you're in your office, or anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. And if you do, we ask that you watch, comment, listen, and give us good feedback. And also
subscribe and become members.
Yep.
And remember, good bourbon equals
good friends
and good times. Make sure that you don't
drink and drive,
and you drink responsibly, and live your life uncut and unfiltered. And
just like it says on the bottle,
we are going to be taken out by our new theme song.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We couldn't do this without you.
Everybody on YouTube and Facebook, we're not gone. We're just ending this part. And if you're on Facebook, you have an invitation to join us in a couple minutes.
Absolutely.
Wake up, sunrise and boots on the floor, working hard all day till you can't no more. Life rolls on, but the choice is yours. How you play it out when you walk through that door. One bottle, one drink, one pour. That's what the Scotchy Bourbon Boys got in store. Tuesdays, Thursdays, come pull up a seat. We'll taste through the whiskey on the rocks and leaves.
Yeah, baby!
So a good old ride. Japanese, Irish, yeah, we'll tell you why. So wherever you're sipping, near or far, tune in with us from your home or your car. One bottle, one drink, one pour. That's the podcast you've been looking for.
Looking for!
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I'm going to get this set up. All you people on YouTube, get ready to, or on Facebook, get ready to join us. I love that. I think that theme song is just right
awesome.
there.
Yep.
Man, That Booker's is so good. I honestly think, as far as like drinking Booker's, like the drinkability of that is like
It's
high off the charts.
yeah, it is. I tell you what, a person could hurt themselves with that.
Like tonight, I'm
It's not
already
good.
balls deep into into Booker's. It's just
Oh,
all right, everybody. Here's the link on Facebook. Return. There it is. Should be popping up right now. There it is. Anybody who wants to join us tonight to keep going, everybody, we're going to keep going on YouTube. I just got a message from Randy. Let's see what that was about.
I don't see the link yet. There it is.
Yeah,
It just popped up.
Yeah, it's I do it. It's delayed. All right, let's see what Randy sent out.
All right, Walker jumping in quick. Cheers, brother.
Hey, Walker.
Unmute your mic there, Walker.
Oh, I clicked the video. I don't know why I didn't click both at the same time. That was weird.
Somebody's drinking Old Crow and Sprite on Hype Man on YouTube. Man, that's some damn good shit you're drinking right there.
So besides the fact that my camera is kind of doing that thing.
You got on the pond.
My batch one. So my by the pond and my berries.
That's what I was pre-gaming with. I got some batch one berries batch.
I was pre-gaming. What did I pre-game with? Four
branches.
Yeah, 4 branches. So that was in respect to Greg.
And there comes John.
We need Tiny, you and I need to talk for just a second.
We're live, but yeah.
That's fine. I heard you saying something live also about, did you send Dan an email or did you send it to me?
No, I have to send. The live was I have to still send you the email. I gave you the.
Wanted it today, so.
Well, you got the. I gave it to you. I gave you the text. You should be able to know how to take copy and paste the text to your email, right?
No. When did you give me the text?
I sent you a text earlier you're the only one who has the text to the thing. Look at Randy Ford. Oh,
I'm looking at my text.
God, no, sorry. I'm in the basement and it probably didn't send. I don't know why it doesn't send, but it doesn't send. So when I'm all done with this, I'll send you the link and I'll email it to what you said to email it to, okay?
Yeah, if you just you email it to me and I'll email it to her because she'll want to send it via email to him.
Yeah.
Perfect. That'll be great. Thanks. Boy, I had an interesting day. I picked up a Takara Red Scotchy, Blanc.
Yeah.
One of those.
Well, there are no Takara Red Scotchy Bourbon Boys bottles out there, right? So,
well, that's your fault. We need to get that to happen.
No, it doesn't
make that a thing.
Yeah.
And I picked up a.
What year was the Takara Red?
A friend of mine was Jack Daniel's 14, so I got a Jack Daniel's 14 for him.
What year was the Takara Red?
I don't even know. It's just in the box. And
Randy, when are you going to start to actually work?
Monday. Monday, I start work.
And then you'll just become like an average, normal bourbon obtainer because you'll have to work and then you'll be able to just do it like the rest of us.
Yeah, except I'll be 6 hours closer to Kentucky.
No, you are, but still, that doesn't matter. You're going to be working. You still will have to I'm working today.
He'll still have one on me. He'll have one up on me.
I could not work. I've thought about that.
Yeah.
I actually did the math on it. And I was working, so I built up my Social Security. And it's only about $200 a month difference if I
Oh,
work the next 5
Oh
years.
my God, Randy, you have to work because honestly, if you don't work and you spend the next, I mean, you're not that old, and you spend the next 20 years obtaining bourbon at like 20 grand a day, you're going to be broke.
You don't know my finances, bro.
I know.
You think
I
you do.
know they're not that much. You allude every once in a while to your finances. Just allude to them. And I know it's not. You can't spend 20 grand. You need to work so that you make money, but
Well,
you
it's
also
not 20 grand. I could spend what I'm spending now for the rest of my life.
every day.
For if you average out what I've spent for the year, yes.
Well, that's too much whiskey and too much bourbon, and
Hey,
you need to
we're-
have your
we're still live.
the work basically curtail what you're
My
doing.
wife might be watching, so I'm not going to average out anything that I spent for the year.
Well, my wife is my bookkeeper, so she already knows.
And I've heard the statement where you said your wife told you you're going to go broke.
She did, but she's not. She doesn't know me very well.
I know you're not, but still, it's like you just need something. You're too bored.
Walker, my
right?
wife always thinks I'm going to go broke, and I always end up showing up with extra money
Hey, Walker.
without selling.
Walker,
drugs.
it's Walker. Randy
I
being
might get it by
bored
bringing
is the
in-
worst, and buying bourbon is like the worst thing possible. It's just like he basically he needs something to distract him so that his bourbon, he'll still get the really good bottles, but he won't be able to buy everything. Because
Yeah.
right
That's
now he
true. I don't
just
have time to buy
buys
everything.
everything. And if something else pops up, it's like, well, I've already got 14 bottles of this, but oh my God, I can buy this.
I just want to know.
Oh,
what
I got
John's
this
pouring.
today.
I wish I was
Well,
your
we're-
kid.
This is 143 proof.
If I was your kid, I would be like, my bourbon collection's going to be big in a couple years.
Well, I've already told him that's exactly what he's getting. He knows. He did such a great job this weekend because basically he and his wife planned the entire
So do you have this?
ceremony, renewal of vows, and it was wonderful. The full sword arch, and everything.
Oh wow!
Who did that?
Pardon?
Who did the renewal of their
son?
vows?
Your
Your
son?
son?
My son had a full-blown military wedding this weekend.
And what did he drink?
I have no idea what he drank. He had something made up specifically for him, and she had something made up specifically with it, and he paid for an entire open bar for 100 people.
Yeah, but the question is what's the bottle you got him?
I didn't get him anything because I asked him 3 times, and he said, "Don't bring me anything."
Yeah, he was pretty clear on that. I discussed it at length for about 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, we had 2 or 3 things narrowed down to be perfect. Rand said, "We've got plenty here, Dad. Don't bring anything." He said, "You
Yeah.
always bring something. We're good."
What did you drink then?
1792. I showed you the picture of that for
That is you drank a whole bottle of 1792 at his wedding?
No, I drank it before the wedding.
Oh my God. Randy, you need a job.
Tiny,
Hey John.
did you look at the picture?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see the playing cards beside it for size reference?
Oh, you drank the one that Walker gave you?
Yes.
One of five.
Oh my God. I have 4 bottles that Walker gave me of that. I got that bottle.
I still got some, but I killed
Okay,
one
what
of
did
those.
you okay, Randy, that's that what did you actually drink in celebration of your son's wedding?
They didn't have much. I had some Knob Creek 9, which was about the best thing they had, and I had some Maker's Mark.
And
That's
Knob
all
Creek
they had.
9 is good. So he's
It
not
was good.
so he's not a big bourbon guy, huh?
He makes his own mead.
Oh wow! From Honey.
Yeah, oh my God. Okay. That explains like a lot. Although he's in the military, so that puts it in there too. So
He will drink bourbon, and he's got a lot of stuff that I've given him.
but he doesn't drink a lot. He basically drinks mead is like a wine. So it makes
Yeah, he is not a heavy drinker because he's got to be on. He's got to
he's
be
in the military and he's
faculties.
young. Yeah, I get it. And he
And
probably
he's in a command position right now. So
has he seen
that's a lot
has he
different.
seen
That was
combat action yet?
sorry,
Has he seen combat yet?
I cannot answer that question. All I know is he's brought tons of cocaine back. So depends on what you call combat. I don't know if they were shooting at him or not.
He's seen some action, put it that way. And Randy shared with me, and I won't share beyond the fact that he's been in multiple countries.
Okay.
Yes.
He has served in multiple countries,
All right.
which for his
Hey,
position
John,
is pretty
cheers,
rare.
brother.
He served in several
I'll
different
see you in
theaters,
there,
and I'm
brother.
not allowed to say what I know,
Yep.
and I don't know half
Cheers.
of it. That
Cheers.
I can say.
Anyways, all right, Randy, do you got this bottle?
2503?
Yeah.
No.
I would
I'm
say
not sure if it's here yet.
I would say if you are going to buy a bottle of Booker's, this is the bottle.
That's
Okay.
the bottle. Yeah.
I know
I'm
you're
telling
not
I
you,
will
like-
get that one then. We'll give it a
it's
try.
phenomenal.
I mean, I do you have this, John?
Nope, not yet.
I don't know
I'm
why.
not sure it's here yet.
I don't know what's up, but I could have bought cases of this.
Well, give me one then, and
I
I'll
could
get
have
it
bought
from
6
you.
today.
Because I literally have not seen it.
I'll pick it up for you, and then when you come up for the, are you coming up for both the tasting, the crystal,
I'm planning on it.
and the what you call it?
I'm planning on it.
It's
Oh,
just,
and you said something on the air also about a decanter. I didn't catch all of that.
I didn't say anything about a decanter. You took that off the table.
That was last week.
No, you
Okay.
said something to Nash about me buying the.
Not tonight.
Oh, that was the last Thursday's podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
last
must have clicked on the last Thursday's by accident. And I was trying to get. I was doing it on my phone, and my phone is goofy.
Well, all I can say is I was going to offer something, but I offered it to you first, and you took it, and thank you.
Yeah.
And Randy,
Yes, sir.
it's been fantastic. We have to do whiskey, so we'll do the Garrisons. I got to get knobs on this month, and then we can do the next installment. What do you want to do for the next installment of the whiskey without borders?
What do you have up there already that I gave you?
We'll talk about
Hey,
that
guys,
later.
right quick, like I got to cut out of here. I got to go get both these monitors put on the charger and all that. And also, I'm going to have to get out of here. Plus, I got an early morning.
Cheers.
Take care, Nat.
Cheers, Super
get-
Nash. Well, I'll take
Thanks,
it.
guys, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
I do want to
Hopefully-
tell you real quick, Nash, you'll appreciate this as much as Walker does. I had a wild turkey today that I loved. I couldn't believe I never had one. It was the Master's Keep Voyage.
Oh, yeah.
It was fantastic.
So is that two?
I had just sold it to a friend of mine. He gave me one that he had open.
Is that two?
Wow.
Oh,
I haven't had a
nice.
chance to taste that voyage yet.
Is
But
that
I've got
Master's
to
Keep?
do
Is that the newest one?
No, the beacon.
No, newest
new
is the
one.
Beacon.
Yeah.
So
the
that's
voyage
three.
came out right before that. It was the last one.
So
Voyage has
one
been out
was
for a year or so, I think.
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
only
it came out last year.
I got the original still.
I don't know about that. I just know I liked this one,
Yeah.
and it was good. It
Is
was
that
surprising.
the one that I went and back and the next picked up for you, Jeff?
No, that's the first one.
Master's Keep. Yeah.
Just Master's Keep number one.
Yeah.
I still got some of that.
Yeah. I
one.
happened to be up there at Wild Turkey when they released it, and then I told you about it, and then I went back the next morning and got another one.
Yes, you did.
But it was really good. And then something I had that was not good was Cream of Kentucky.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of those, and I
I
don't
couldn't
like them
figure
that
out the
much.
flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
All
we
right,
have
good
a
night,
problem.
gentlemen.
Good
Bye,
night,
Mike.
Nat.
Good night, Nash.
Bye, brother.
Well, you guys have,
Well-
do each of you have some type of Garrison Brothers
Yeah.
for Thursday?
Yeah,
Yes.
I got a Guadalupe.
Okay,
just
Guadalupe is the
saw
one
it.
we're gonna be doing,
Okay.
but I wanted to make sure y'all had at least something. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
All right.
See you Thursday, Super.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Let's take this off Facebook. And then I'll
Right.
take it off YouTube. Thanks everybody on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Got some bonus coverage. And if I stay on much longer, I will be drunk. All right. Facebook.
John, what are you
Yeah.
pouring?
Facebook's off. Let me go.
I just won this at Malloy's in a raffle.
What?
Oh, good for
Oh,
you.
awesome. How much did
Yeah.
they charge you?
200.
That's not bad.
That's not bad
what
at
did
all.
We pay? What did we pay? At the festival?
178
Yeah.
ballpark plus tax, I think.
Yeah.
About
John, I think
185.
you got the good end of it.
Yeah, they had a bunch of stuff, and I got picked, I guess, 8th or 10th, and he called me up, and he's like, I got this, I got that, and he's like, I had Bomberger Shanks. I'm like, God